Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second commentary for the day. This time we have a matchup between EG's Idra and Liquid's TLO, the little one, versus Idra, Terran versus Zerg, here on Crossfire. And yes, this is from MLG. Look at that SCV dancing around TLO. In fact, having one SCV not mining, he was busy doing a little dance. That actually sets him behind a little bit. It's nothing huge, but man, that's kind of funny that actually worked out that way. So anyways, yes, it should be an exciting map. Everyone, of course, loves these two players. Idra is quite infamous, and TLO is beloved, a fan favorite, I would have to say. Infamously known for his ability to play random. He is quite a talented player, competitively playing as all three races, not just one or the other. That, of course, is quite a difficult task because, as they say, you can either be a jack of all trades or a master of one. It's very difficult to be both of those things at the same time. In fact, it's not just difficult, it's impossible to be both those things. And many people would even say that the little one's actually hurting his chances at winning competitively because he plays random. Now, that may be a big statement, but I mean, you really got to think about it. You can really only go, there's only so many hours in the day, there's only so much practice that can be done in a day. And given just the intricate nature of the game, to really fully know a race, I would have to imagine you have to play it most of the time. Now, obviously, one big advantage that the little one has is that in playing random, he has a really good feeling for the timings and the builds of all the other races. Now, all professional players have this, but I would say that someone who plays random professionally has it even more so than others, given that he plays all of those races on a consistent basis. So, there's give and take to both things. We can see right now, Idra starting off with that one-base play, in fact, getting that fast extractor, so he's going to be going for that quick metabolic boost. Obviously, that can be quite effective. And look at this, the little one dropping an Expo. Oh yeah, Expo before anything else. He is expanding at 16 supply and getting ready to drop his barracks right now, I believe, as well. Yes, he is. Barracks should be coming down right now as well. Looks like this is going to be a full wall off, I would have to say. Look at that. So full wall off there with that Expo. Very, very ballsy indeed. The really good thing I would have to say, though, is this pretty small entrance to the expansion here. So not going to be that hard for him to defend, especially if he can get a bunker or two up. And I guess it wasn't a full wall off. Forced to actually come down with his depot to complete that wall off. But yes, he does have that Expo up, scouting out the outside of Idra's base. TLO does see that he has not expanded as of yet. And here we go, finally trying to expand. But look at this, delaying the Expo. So TLO going all out here, dropping that super fast expansion and then delaying the Expo of Idra as well. That is probably going to force, is he going to make more, is he going to make some more Zerglings to deal with this? I guess not. Just going to take the time and wait until this is finished to drop the Expo. But this is actually a really big play here by the little one. You can see the little one's Expo just about finished right now, and Idra not getting Zerglings at all, finally dropping that Expo right now, just sitting in play with two Zerglings. He does, of course, have the 18 drones making their way on out, also spotting the Expo, so Idra is going to be aware when this finally does drop. We can see changing into an orbital command, also going with those double refineries right now, so I'm quite interested to see how this is going to play out. Idra's expansion incredibly late. Let's take a look at production right now. Idra just droning up. He does have the metabolic boost, 50% of the way finished. You can see going to be going heavy drones. I think he's going to be saving this few larvae for the moment. Let's see what he intends on doing with that right now. Poking forward with those two Zerglings, he did unfortunately run into that Marine, taking a couple shots there that was forcing him to pull back. Going to see continuous marine production here from the little one, also coming out with another barracks right now. Again, he does have double refinery, so I'm going to expect that factory very soon. In fact, probably right about now. Is that factory coming? Yes, it is. So that factory being dropped right now. Still with few Zerglings. Again, Idra just wants to try to macro up, even being delayed. I am a little surprised that Idra really hasn't tried to come out with some units to try to help hinder the expansion here of the little one. I mean, he knows the expansion's coming. Would have liked to see even just a few more Zerglings, but Idra, of course, being the macro king, wants to get as much of an economic advantage as possible, so just pumping out those drones. Finally going to be transferring that expansion just coming up right now, just sub that 6-minute mark, obviously quite later than it typically would be. Now, with these two Zerglings spotting right outside of his base, he's going to be fully aware of when the little one decides to drop that Expo, and I expect it to be coming sometime soon. You may be wondering why he hasn't lifted off yet. Well, basically, he just continued up producing SCVs until he got full saturation. It doesn't matter if you're half mining here and half mining there. Until you have full saturation, you're not fully taking use of either. So if you actually fully saturate your main and then transfer over, that's probably the safest way to expand, and you still get all of the benefit of those extra SCVs and the extra mining. Obviously, having that double SCV production, letting you pump them out much quicker and get up that high economy much earlier. Looks like Idra is in in fact going to be coming out right now with that Roach Warren, so going to be going with Spieling Roach for the early stage of the game here. Can see him right now pushing out with those Zerglings. He wants to check to see what the little one has defending and what his unit composition is. We can see the little one sitting with quite a few Marines right there, and look at that, pumping out massive amounts of Hellions. We're also coming out with that army right now, going to be making a switch to Thors, most likely. Zerglings trying to roll forward, going to take a few shots from those Marines. That Hellion didn't manage to get a shot off, though. That could have been quite devastating. Look at this push. Hellion's going to move forward, feeling pretty confident against that small amount of Zerglings right there. Idra still sitting with his Overlord, and look at that timing, man, pulling that in right away. He wants to check exactly what the little one's coming out with. He needs to know what production buildings he has and everything like that. He needs to know what he's up against. He needs to know if there's going to be Cloak Banshees, if there's going to be Thors, if there's going to be heavy bio. These are all important things, and scouting this is going to give him that information. Look at this heavy push coming down right now. Also going to be coming down with this bunker right here, placing that on the high ground, allowing him to retreat to that, pull his Marines in there. But no, getting caught off guard. Roach is pushing forward. Hellions and Marines need to microwave as much as possible. We've got a couple units over here as well. Hellions doing tremendous amounts of damage, though, killing nearly all of the workers at this expo. The Roaches, of course, are going to drop that, but man, Idra lost a lot of workers right there. Going to be trying to push forward right now. I think the bunker may make it up. Couple shots going down. Does he kill it? No, he doesn't. Probably going to see the little one salvage this, though. He doesn't have much of a chance right now. Yeah, salvage is going down, so this is going to force the little one to retreat. Now let's take a look at exactly what Idra saw with that Overlord Scout. He saw the heavy factory. He did also see the tech lab going down, so he's thinking either tanks or Thors right now. He didn't manage to catch that armory, so he's not fully aware of that. Unfortunately, not having an Overlord over here, not going to be able to push in from this side and actually get a full scout of what's going on. We're seeing a couple bunkers going down, but this is a heavy Roach push. Going to be very dangerous right now. The little one pulling down with all of those SCVs. He doesn't have the proper units to deal with these Roaches, though. The Marines not very effective, but look at that constant repair going down, and the Thor pushing down is actually going to stop those Roaches, and the little one manages to keep that bunker up. That is absolutely huge. Those 4 Marines in there just going to town on everything, and Idra just calls the good game. Wow, absolutely unbelievable. So what we saw there with that really strong push against Idra going straight in the expo, again, the little one killed quite a few workers in that engagement, and as such, Idra was forced to rebuild all of those drones. He just realized at that point that he was a little bit too far behind in economy. The little one would just manage to have that expo up so much faster than him because of that delay. And again, with that push, and then the fact that Idra's counter push did pretty much no damage. I mean, yes, he did kill a few workers. He killed a bunch of Marines as well, but didn't manage to bust through this bunker, and the expo is still up. I'm sure Idra was just planning and hoping to drop this expo, but great response by the little one. Definitely a clutch repair going down, and that Thor came out just in time to help mop up the Roaches. So good game between these two players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, this has been Force from Force Strategy Gaming. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, keep watching and keep owning. Is going to start to get within siege range, and here we go. Tank going up is within range of that hatchery, and this push from Beastie Cutie is slowly encroaching forward. But here we go, big engagement rolling down. Banelings and Roaches and Spielings moving forward. Going to be trying to take out these siege tanks one at a time, rolling forward and right through the front line. Roaches completely demolishing all of these units. That Thor does manage to get surrounded, and that great Neural Parasite right there, dropping the few Thors that were available. And unfortunately for Beastie Cutie, lost most of that push right now. This one rogue tank needs to be a little careful. Going to get surrounded.